Call me Mr. Picky, but I think I'll cancel it.
That's probably because you're mad, sir.
Well, quite.
Well, I didn't go down at all well, I'm afraid, sir. Captain Darling said they'd be along directly, but, well, you better be pretty damn doolally.
Don't worry, George, I am. Okay. When they get here, I'll show them what totally and utterly bonkeroony means.
Turn into Mr. Bean.
Well then, we've got bugger all to do except sit and wait.
Well, I don't know, sir. We could have a jolly game of charades.
Oh, yes.
And sing-along of musical hits like Birmingham Bertie and Whoops, Mrs. McGinn's, you're setting on my artichokes.
Yes, I think bugger all might be rather more fun.
Permission to ask a question, sir?
Permission granted, Baldrick, as long as it isn't the one about where babies come from.
No, the thing is, the way I see it, these days there's a war on, right? And ages ago there wasn't a war on, right? So there must have been a moment when there not being a war on went away, right? And there being a war on came along. So, what I want to know is, how did we get from the one case of affairs to the other case of affairs?
Princess.
Do you mean how did the war start?
Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah. The war started because of the vile Hun and his villainous empire building.
George, the British Empire at present covers a quarter of the globe, while the German Empire consists of a small sausage factory in Tanganyika. I hardly think that we can be entirely absolved from blame on the imperialistic front.
Oh, no, sir. Absolutely not. Mad as a bicycle.
I heard that it started when a bloke called Archie Duke shot an ostrich because he was hungry.
I think you mean it started when the Archduke of Austro-Hungary got shot.
No, there was definitely an ostrich involved, sir.
Well, possibly. But the real reason for the whole thing was that it was just too much effort not to have a war.
By gum, this is interesting. I always loved history. The Battle of Hastings, Henry VIII and his 6 knives, all that.
You see, Baldrick, in order to prevent war in Europe, 2 superblocks developed. Us, the French and the Russians on one side, and the Germans and Austro-Hungary on the other. The idea was to have 2 vast opposing armies, each acting as the other's deterrent. That way, there could never be a war.
But this is a sort of a war, isn't it, sir?
Yes, that's right. You see, there was a tiny flaw in the plan.
What was that, sir?
It was bollocks.
So the poor old ostrich died for nothing.
Right, they're here. Baldrick, you keep him warm. I'll go and prepare the ground.
Hey.
So,
George, how's the patient?
well, it's touch and go, I'm afraid, sir. I really can't vouch for his behaviour. He's gone mad, you see. Stir-fry crazy.
Is he? Is this genuinely mad?
Oh, yes, sir.
Or has he simply put his underpants on his head and stuffed a couple of pencils on his head? That's what they all used to do in the Sudan. I remember I once had to shoot a whole platoon for trying that. Well, let's have a look at him.
And the other thing they used to do in the Sudan was to get dressed up like this and pretend to be mad. But don't let me catch you trying that one, Baldrick, or I'll have you shot, all right? Dismiss. Oh, hello, sir. Didn't hear you come in.
Well, now, Blackadder, they tell me you've gone mad.
No, sir. No, must be a breakdown of communication. Someone obviously heard I was mad with excitement, waiting for the off.
There you are, you see, darling. I told you there'd be a perfectly rational explanation. Right, George, have your chaps fall in.
Very good, sir.
Well, it's rather odd, sir. The message was very clear. Captain Blackadder gone totally tonto, brings straitjacket for immediate return to Blighty.
Don't be ridiculous, darling. The hero of Umboto Gorge, mad? You've only got to look at him to see he's as sane as I am.
Would that be the Umboto Gorge where we massacred the peace-loving pygmies of the Upper Volta and stole all their fruit?
Pretty standard.
No, a totally different Umboto Gorge.
No.
Cup of coffee, darling.
Thank you.
Baldrick, do the honours.
Sir,
I am so slow. It's like cup of coffee, the mud.
No.
Cup of coffee, darling.
Extra sugar dandruff.
Thank you.
Baldrick, do the honours.
sir. Sugar, sir?
3 lumps.
Think you can manage 3 lumps, Baldrick?
I'll rummage round, see what I can find, sir.
Making a milky one.
And not with your
George,
spit.
you must have been delighted to hear the news of the big push.
Absolutely, sir. Our chance to show the Hun that it takes more than a pointy hat and bad breath to defeat the armies of King George.
That's the spirit.
Here you are, sir.
Ah, cappuccino. Have you got any of that, brown stuff you sprinkle on the top?
Well, I'm sure I could...
No. Fine body of men you've got out there, Blackadder.
Yes, sir. Shortly to become fine bodies of men.
Nonsense, you'll pull through. I remember when we played the old Harrovians back in '96, they said we'd never break through to their back line, but we ducked and we bobbed and we wove and we damn well won the game 15-4.
Yes, sir, but the Harrow fullback wasn't armed with a heavy machine gun.
No, that's a good point. Make a note, darling.
Sir.
Recommendation for the Harrow governors. Heavy machine guns for fullbacks. Nice idea, Blackadder. Darling soldier. You looking forward to giving those Frenchies a damn good licking?
No, sir. It's the Germans we should be licking, sir.
Don't be revolting, darling. I wouldn't lick a German if he was glazed in honey. Now then, soldier, do you love your country?
Certainly do, sir.
Do you love your king?
Certainly don't, sir.
And why not?
My mother told me never to trust men with beards, sir.
Excellent native Cockney wit. Well, best of luck to you all.
I'm a simple man. Spontaneous punches. Just give me a chuckle.
Oh, Cockney wit. Well,
Especially the flash heart ones.
best of luck to you all. Sorry I can't be with you, but obviously there's no place at the front for an old general with a dicky heart and a wooden bladder. By the way, George, if you want to accompany me back to HQ and watch the results as they come in, I think I can guarantee a place in the car.
Oh, no, thank you, sir. I wouldn't miss this show for anything. I'm as excited as a very excited person who's got a special reason to be excited, sir.
Excellent. Well, chuff chuff then. See you all in Berlin for coffee and cakes.
Girly.
What is the matter with you today, darling? I'm so sorry, Blackadder. Come on, darling, we're leaving.
Go, sir. I'm glad you're not barking anymore.
Well, thank you, George. Although quite clearly you are. You were offered a way out and you didn't take it.
Oh, absolutely not, sir. No, I can't wait to get stuck into the Bosch.
You won't have time to get stuck into the Bosch. We'll all be cut to pieces by machine gun fire before we can say charge.
All right, so what do we do now?
Shall I do my war poem?
How hurt would you be if I gave the honest answer, which is, no, I'd rather French kiss a skunk?
So would I, sir.